and one hand on the heart. And when we inhale, we're going to breathe through the nose. And when we exhale, we're going to breathe out the mouth. Inhale through the nose, exhale out the mouth. Inhale. Take a look around the space that you're in today. Notice any small details in the room, or notice any small changes in your room, or even notice any small sensations that you feel in your body. Exhale, inhale, exhale. One more time, inhale. The biggest inhale you can take, exhale. Hi, Natasha. And when we inhale one more time for good luck, we're going to drop our jaw, we're going to drop our shoulders. Exhale. And I'll just say thank you for joining, finding meditation through movement. This is a 30-minute session that happens every week, and it's a space for you to reclaim your rest, reclaim reflection, and reclaim your ritual. And just take this time for you, whatever you need in your body, whatever you need for your mind. I'm just here to guide you, but you know, you're here to do your thing. Great. Awesome. With that being said, let's roll down, chin to chest for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. If you need to put the hands on the shin, that's okay. We're dropping our head, and we're going to shake our head yes. We're going to shake our head no. One more time, yes. No. Grab the elbows. Roll back up. Start by rubbing the hands, creating some heat, some friction, some muscularity in your arms. And when you feel like it's nice and hot, we're going to use that and rinse our face. Rinse our face with our hard work. We're going to go into a gentle massage with the fingertips. First, acknowledge your fingertips. And then go ahead and start massaging around the sinuses, under the eyes, over the cheekbones, to the temples. Our goal here is to get our jaws very relaxed and released. So as you massage the jaw, let's open up our mouth with a long yawn. One more time. Feel the tension in your jaw. Massage the forehead now. We're going to switch over to some tapping with the fingertips. So we're just going to gently tap our forehead, our cheeks, our jaw, our chin, where the hair meets the head and our crown, and then move over to the top of our head. Awesome. Work our way to the back of our head, where our neck meets our scalp. We're going to work our way around the chest. Good. We're going to change our fingertips, and we're going to change them to palms. And we're going to go into some tapping. Deep into the chest, breathing. Good. We're going to migrate that tapping to our arm. So we're going to do the top of the arm, the bottom of the arm, and then the armpit. Space along your fingers, just elongating the ligaments in the space on their side. Good. Get the fingertips, breathing deeply. Awesome. We're going to take the right leg and we're going to shake the muscle off the bone if you can. Find a way to find the mass of that quadricep muscle. And then once you find it, shake it off again. Use your cupping hands. Good. We'll take our hands and we'll swipe it all off. Swipe it all off. And on the third one, we'll swipe it all off and come to a rise with the arms. Inhale if you haven't been already. Exhale. Remember that the goal during meditation, one of the many goals is to continuously breathe inhales and exhales. So, with that being said, we're going to take our body up to an upward arch. Inhale, we're arching backwards. Breathing deep. Excellent. As we come down, we'll airplane downward to our forward fold. Awesome. We'll reach up to a halfway arch. Come down. Bend the knees 4 times. 2. Breathing. Releasing the neck. 3. 4. Good. And with that, we're going to gently walk out like a cat, very intentionally, as if we're walking on like a soft mat or a gooey surface. So we're really articulating through our hands and through our shoulders until we find ourselves in a downward facing dog. Good. And with that, we're going to take our first step forward into a lunge. Awesome. If a lunge is not possible for you right now, consider bringing your heart to center and twisting side to side as you're breathing, and we'll join you with that in a few minutes. So as we're here in a forward lunge, we're going to elongate. The back leg is nice and long. Good. Now we're going to join you. For those of you who are not in a lunge, we're going to drop the shoulders and we'll twist side to side with our hands at heart. Breathing, inhaling, exhaling. Twisting our upper body, finding range of motion. Good. We're going to put the hands down. We're going to switch the other side. We're going to find our forward lunge. Awesome. Hi, Lindsay. Good morning. If it's morning for you, elongate the back leg. Find a long space, and you should be at 90 degrees. We're going to join you now with our twists. This is really for the upper mobility. Exhale. Awesome. Hands down. Good job. And we'll roll up. Good. We're going to do some isolations of the shoulders. 2 shoulders front, 2 arms. We're going to reverse. Feel the tension in your arms and shoulders. Awesome. We're going to look to the right or the left of you. We're going to look the other way. We're going to look down. Bring our hands to our head. Drop the head. Good. Let's wrap our fingers around each other. We arch up. If you're familiar with hot yoga, it's okay for now. We're just clamping the fingers. We're just pressing down as we arch back again for a second arch. Breathe deep. Awesome. Come to a neutral position. We're going to curve the arm over the head, shoulders down, jaw released, eyes wide. Breathing. We're going to arch over. We're going to arch over the side. Keeping the hips square, thinking about keeping the pelvis very still. Look downwards, look upwards, downwards. Bring ourselves back to a neutral place and we'll go to the other side. We're going to arch over, creating some mobility and space in our ribs and in our spine. Look down, we're breathing hips square. Awesome. We're going to widen up to a wider position. Hope everyone is doing well. We're going to widen up to a wider position. And we're going to bend our knees, just very simply dropping the pelvis down. Coming back up. Good. We're thinking of widening the hips as we do this. Lengthening, opening up, and come back down. We'll do 2 more so you can get a little deeper here. Breathing. Heels on the floor. One last one. Awesome, you guys are doing a good job. When we're down here, we're going to find a curved position with our upper body and our arms. We're going to open up. Keep on breathing. Inhale. Curve forward. Drop the head. Drop the shoulders. Good. Hands on the hips. Hands on the legs. Hands on the upper legs. And we're just going to sit here for one moment. Do another twist. A little detox. Finding mobility in our spines. Again, this is a place for you to reclaim your rest, for you to reclaim your ritual. Turn the lights down, halfway up, for you to reclaim your meditation. Good. Awesome. Let's bring the legs back to a neutral place. Hands on the hips or hands on the shoulders. Up to you. Bend the knees. So I just want to share with you something about bending the knees. So when you bend the knees, you want the pelvis to stay exactly where it is and just drop. You don't want to tense up the front of your ankles, and you don't want to tense up the front of your ankles by going back. You're really thinking about using gravity to just bend the knees and sit. And that's the goal, right? With narrow hips, knees, and toes all facing the same direction. We're just going to sit and find that deep, deep bend in our ankles. So we're going to straighten. Good. We're going to do that 3 more times, 2. Breathing, engaging our core. 3. Awesome. And we're just going to create some mobility in our feet. So we're going to actively bend the metatarsals and push them down as if we're a machine and there's some resistance there, right? So we are strengthening and stretching our ankles, metatarsals, top of arches, underneath arches, toes all at the same time. Other side, oof. One ankle might be tenser, might be more jammed, like my left ankle. A few more times. We're actively pressing up and actively pressing down. Good. One more time for those jammed ankles. Good. Now we're going to do the other side, but as we come up, we're going to find an arch or a point in the foot. We're not going to sickle or overly wing. We're just going to find a straight line. We're going to press down. Again. Good. 2 more times. 1 more time. Good, now try to bring it higher to 90 degrees. Good. Breathing, keeping the hip flexor relaxed, keeping the standing legs strong and straight. Good, other side. Find out, notice the difference in alignment, right? My left foot likes to sickle, so I'm trying to figure out ways to reteach my body to fully extend without sickling. Higher. See how my body shifted there? Trying to retrain my body to figure out ways to minimize the adjustments it needs to make in order to function efficient. Good, good, good. Let's turn on our feet. So we're having our heels touch together, toes out to the side. Again, I'm not arched, I'm pulled up. Imagine that your abdominals, your center, is in a corset or in an elevator, and we're really closing and pulling up, and we're keeping our alignment here. We're not swaying back and forth. So with that being said, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to plie, we're going to bend the knees. So we have 2 goals now this time, at least for people with tense hips. We're still dropping down and keeping the tops of the ankles relaxed, but we're also figuring out a way to drop without engaging the hip flexors. So we're really trying to avoid clenching, overworking. We're just finding the ease in our bends. And as we come up, think about scooping and sucking in the hamstrings together like they're a zipper, kissing each other. Good. One more. Good. And we're going to do the same thing. We're going to create some mobility in our arches, making sure that we're not sickling or overly compensating, but we're we're just finding exactly where the toe, the metatarsal, and the knee all align. Other side. Again, if you have that one side that's a little more crunchy, that's okay, but work through it. That's why pushing through and activating is actually really good, because the muscles kind of protect the achiness. You're not just like jamming in, but you're actually stretching in a comfortable place. Good. Other side, same thing, lift up. Lift up. Find your center, 2, 3, other side, 1. So my left hip has probably tendonitis, so it takes a little bit more effort to not be overly used. Good. We'll see how this works when you go a little higher. So just 90 degrees. If you want to put your hands in your center, that's fine. If you're seated right now, just lift the foot. We're still working on our legs. Let's hold this one for 5, 4, 3. Squeeze the belly. Squeeze the butt. 2, 1. Good. Other side. Drop the shoulders. Take a breath. We're still breathing this whole time, and go. Woo. So that one is not great. So we're going to keep on pushing through. Maybe I need to lower the leg a little bit for myself in order to not overly compensate or work out that hip flexor. Hold 5, 4. Find the place that hurts not so much. 3, 2, 1. Good. Let's take a gooey hip circle. I personally have been struggling with the left inflamed hip for probably my whole life. And so finding ways to navigate through that, but also finding ways to strengthen that. So we'll actually do some strengthening today, if that's okay with you. Hello, hello. How are you? Good morning. Good. Let's bring the hip forward. Squeezing the butt, creating range of motion, and back with soft knees. And we'll do that again with straight legs squeezing and bending. Swimming the arms up. One more time, squeezing forward. I'm thinking about pushing my hip flexors forward. I'm tightening my glutes and my butt. And swimming back. Good. Now, speaking about those exercises, if we can, we're just going to work our way to the floor for a moment. If you need to grab a t-shirt or a sock, please do so that you don't hurt your knee. Or better yet, if you have a yoga mat, that would also work out well. So, in an attempt to help with my personal, pains and injuries, I will share some of these very simple exercises. So again, if the yoga mat is not thick enough for your knees, feel free to double down. Great. So let's move this forward. Great. So the goal here is to find a 90-degree angle. So a 90-degree angle between the leg and a 90-degree angle with the standing leg. If you have knee problems and this is not your jam, feel free to play with laying on your belly, right? And making sure that the pelvis stays down and focusing in this range of motion and making sure that we're not twisting, but keeping our body completely in line so that we can get the proper stretch. Good. Now, my goal here is not to arch, not to stay neutral actually, but to tilt forward a bit, just to create a longer stretch along the hip flexor, along the quadricep, into the psoas, up the side of the body. So for now, we'll just bring our hands to heart, making sure that our legs are parallel to each other. And we're just going to tuck as much as we can. We're going to actively tuck and hold this for 10. Breathing. 9, 8, 6, push forward. We're going to continue pushing forward with that tilt. We're going to keep the foot exactly where it is. We're going to keep the feet facing forward. Keep the heel on the ground. We're going to find a way to really deeply stretch here. And then we're going to move the foot forward so we can go back to our 90-degree angle. So finding a way to find a deep stretch while keeping the knee over the ankle. Keeping the hips square. If you need to push up and away, that might work best. Sinking into the hips, not the ideal situation here. But just finding our square hips. We're going to hold here for 10, 9, shoulders down, 8, 7, breathing deep, 6, finding patience, 5, enjoying the stretch, 4, 3, finding a deeper tilt, 2, 1, good job. For a moment, we're going to sit back, again find this 90-degree angle. We're going to switch the leg forward. So we're going to come back up. We're going to continue this stretch with one more step forward. The most intense stretch. So be gentle again if you want to minimalize and go on your belly or stand up. Or if you just want to get into a butterfly pose and you're done stretching your hip flexors, you're more than welcome to just sit and lie flat and find, if you can see the space in the hips. Okay, so for our last stretch on this side, we're going to go back to our long places with 90-degree angle and a tilt. We're going to put the hand forward. Right arm to left leg or opposite arm to opposite leg. We're going to bring the foot up and we're going to stretch. However, the goal here is to elongate the front of the hips. So this is not really stretching you, but actually coming forward and pulling heel to toe, finding as long of a hip as we can. We're going to breathe here, finding that stretch all the way down the quadricep. 9, down the branding name right now. IT band. 10, 7, 6, 5, 4, tilting the hips, good, 3, 2, 1. Whoa, okay. That was intense. So let's find a child's pose just to relax for a second. If you've been resting, maybe take this time to do some cat-cows. Find mobility in the spine, ear to hip, right? And we're going to do the other side. Good job. Okay, so now I have my other leg at 90 degrees. It's really important that it's at 90 degrees. And same with this hip to knee ratio. Both of these angles should be 90 degrees. So we're going to again actively tilt the hip forward to find a stretch, making sure our feet aren't stickled in any way. We're just going to actively tilt our hip forward hands to heart and breathe. And find different ways to deepen the stretch for yourself. Stretch the about scooping the abs, we're releasing the butt. We're going to move the foot forward to our 90-degree angle. Perfect. So now our front leg is 90 degrees, and our back leg is really, our back hip is really tilting this way as much as we can without sitting in the hips. We're lifting, and we're pulling away. And we're imagining that our abdominals are in a closed corset, zipped up, going up the elevator, up 10 floors. Here we go, 10. 9, keep the eyes wide, jaws relaxed, breathing. 8, 7, find a deeper stretch. 4, 3, 2, 1. Awesome. Let's do our reverse. Keeping the knee at 90 degrees, not going back, not going forward. Just right at 90 degrees, and we'll find a nice hamstring stretch here. Good. The last component of this intense hip flexor stretch is to find that 90 degree again with the front leg. Find that tilt with the hip. Now we're going to do opposite arm, opposite leg. And bring the heel to the butt. And again, this is about alignment. This is about hip going forward. This is about heel coming to butt so we can really get a full quadricep stretch here and hip flexor stretch and psoas stretch. 10, 9, we're breathing. This is okay if it hurts. 8, 7, 6, 5. Finding better ways to align yourself forward. Noticing that my knee wasn't at 90 degrees. 4, 3, 1 more for good luck. Awesome. Whoa, that was intense. Find yourself at a child's pose or any place of relaxation. And we'll just be here for 2 breaths. Come up to all fours. Again, if you haven't already. A little cat-cow. A little movement in the spine. The arms, ear to hip. Awesome. We're going to come back up to a standing position. Forward fold. Again, we've talked about this a lot, but no hips back, no hips forward. Just right on top of each other. And down. You need to grasp the elbows. Feel a difference in your hamstrings if they feel longer. If they don't, think about making them feel longer. Always lengthening that pelvis, space that back. Spine will roll up. Good job. We have 2 minutes, so I just want us to do a 2-minute exploration within our bodies. Now that we've kind of meditated through some exercises, we're going to think about continuous lines in space, like that long quadricep, long psoas line, right? So just for the next 2 minutes, explore lines in space. Whatever that means for you. This is a line, this is a line, this is a line. We're drawing straight lines, let's say, in space. Without curving, but continuous. So find ways to find lines that are continuous. Obviously, I just put my names. Obviously, I'm coming from a technical background, so some of this movement might seem foreign to you. But imagine that you're a pencil on a piece of paper, and you can't lift up the pen. You can't. Your arms are a pen. Your legs are a pen, right? And bending the knee is lifting. Bending the arms are lifting. So we're finding ways to continue these long lines in space without picking up the pen. You can play with rotation. rotation. We can play with sequential movement, but we cannot play with bends, right? Of course, there might be some instances where our upper bodies might arch. That's okay, but let's keep it to a minimum. As I just do it again. Continuous lines in space. And we'll just meditate with the idea that we are continuously working on things, right, in our life. Physically, mentally, emotionally, all body. And that progress happens when it's consistent and continuous. And although breaks and taking moments to reflect and taking moments of rest are natural and very important in the process of growth, right now we're just doing the work. Right now we're just doing the work and we're not taking a break. Sometimes we have to tell ourselves, I need to do this for 30 minutes, or I need to do this for 7 days straight. Sometimes you really just have to do continuous work. And right now, that's what we're doing. But just to remind us that this meditation is for us to interpret as we need, to create space as we need, to reclaim our rest, to reclaim our meditation, to reclaim our bodies that are in line with our mind and soul.